Hey everyone, welcome to Sketch Day Live. Hopefully this thing is working today. It is Wednesday. What day is it? I don't even know. October 21st. We're getting started. Thanks for joining the stream. If you're joining on YouTube, you're in the right place. If you're joining on Instagram, get out of here. Just kidding. If you're joining on Instagram, you guys got to see my body. Hold on just a Okay, we're back. Woo! Man, you got a belly full. Anyhow, I full of a belly. Thank you, Marzi. I do have some color on my shirt today, so a rare treat. I did forget my... Oh no, there's my coffee. We're good. So thanks for joining. We got Lines. Hello, Unknown Tanishka. Just Nafi, what's up? Marzi. We're doing hands today. I'm going to be using paper mostly. Maybe some digital, we'll see. And then since I didn't stream yesterday was insane. It was so busy. Hopefully I sound okay, by the way. Let me know if it's too low or whatever. I had to get this amplifier thing for my mic, so it should sound okay. But if it sounds too low, you guys let me know. I can adjust things on the fly, whatever I gotta do. So anyhow. A little distracted. Yesterday was a hell of a day. I was on Adobe Max yesterday. If you don't know what that is Adobe's International Design Creativity Conference. You should check it out, especially this year, because it is free, absolutely free. So I will be doing a session today, just a continuation of my session yesterday. See if I can find this for you guys. You can register, like, it's for free. So that is one of the cool things about Adobe Max this year. Normally it's like a few grand too, which is interesting, but they decided to make it free this year. All right, so this will be my next session. I'm going to paste the link in here for you guys, and I'll be hanging out in the chat for that session, answering questions, all of that good stuff, so you can check that out. All right. Thanks for letting me know, Antibus. Be sure to join the Discord as well if you haven't. If you're wondering why is he doing hands and cars today? Well, I'm trying to turn Tuesday into Transportation Tuesday, but also the weekly challenge is handheld things. So I want you guys to think of handheld things for me to draw today. That's what I'm going to draw. I don't prepare for these streams in the sense that I have in mind what I'm going to do. We're just going to go for it. So relying on your suggestions a little bit. As well, I just wanted to show you guys on the YouTube specifically, but you guys on Instagram can check this out as well. This is sketchaday.com. This is my website. Still, always tweaking, working on it, but I get so many questions about things like tutoring and workshops and information about me and materials I use. So I just wanted to show you a couple of things so I can tap on resources. For example, I just added a new section on resources for books. Okay. So here's just a snippet of a few books that I use and recommend. It's not an in-depth look at these, but just some that I recommend. The list will continue to grow as I add a few others here as well. Under resources, you can also find information on markers. I will say I'm actually working as well right now, working on it this morning, a downloadable PDF that you guys are going to get to help you understand markers a little bit, right? I guess I'm on a little bit of a crusade to preserve some of the traditional media and use of media out there. I think it's good for you if you do that. So once again, if you're watching on the Instagram, you get a better show on the YouTube, so check that out. All right, videos just takes you to the YouTube, and of course store if you're looking to support what we're doing here. All right, so I'm going to kick things off with a little bit of a warm-up, and again, I'm going to do some transportation stuff. I don't know if you guys saw the new GM Hummer just was unveiled. What do you guys think? The new Hummer truck. I mean, it's a It's an electric pickup truck. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe not. I took a look this morning. Looks interesting. Has some interesting technology. Of course, it's all, pardon me, it's all vaporware right now because it's not actually out. So anyhow, let me know where you're watching from if you're okay with that. Don't worry, I'm not going to show up and turn you into a skin suit or something, but just curious. A tennis racket. Okay. A tennis racket. iPhone, baseball bat, books, cutlery, pens. Okay. So we'll warm up with, and I'm going to be doing a lot of overlays because a lot of this stuff is going to take some, at least for me, technique, because I'm not naturally good at drawing anatomy, hands, things like that. So it's going to take some technique for me. Love the space theme and details it has throughout it. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's definitely I'm trying to think of the right word. Ice cream cone. Okay. I'm trying to think of the right word to describe it without saying masculine, because I try not to use gendered language when I'm critiquing design, but it certainly is boxy, angular. It is robust. You're welcome, Armin. Hello, Bandit. Lions, what's up? Instead of drawing objects, draw objects holding hand. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. So now I'm just going to move on to some circles. Oh, the other benefit of signing up for Adobe Max is you get a full guidebook, at least in my session, on Adobe Fresco and the demo that I did, as well as some links to relevant videos. If you're a frequent viewer on the stream here, you probably don't need it, but for those who, and it's free, like I said, it's pretty crazy they did that this year. This normally costs a few $1,000s to check out. Did I not post? Oh yeah, I did post a link. So check that out, as well as the link to all the stuff I used. A handheld 3D printer. That's interesting. Furniture design, hammer, pliers, a handheld spaceship. Oh, sorry. Show us what you're sketching. My bad. Microphone. Oh, nice, Latrice. Good to see you. Shout out to the patrons as always. Thank you for the support. Means a lot. I do need to get my weekly update video uploaded, so apologies for the delay, and I think I missed last week too. And welcome to new members to the channel. We also have memberships enabled for you guys to check out. Just doing some ellipses here. Ran out of space. All right, so we'll pick a few of these. Ice cream cone, perhaps. Hammer, flashlight. And then, time permitting, I'm going to go for about an hour and a half this morning. I've also been thinking about expanding the streaming schedule a bit, trying some different platforms. I'm all in, baby. All right, let's go. Handheld digital marker. Ladies and gentlemen, Roshan Hakim, the king of industrial design Instagram, is here. Welcome, Roshan. We are honored. What is that one crucial missing element, Roshan? What is that one element? What type of amp did I get? I got a SE-DM1 Dynamite stick. This thing right here. Hopefully I don't unplug something, but I got a new microphone, and then I learned a lot of lessons real quick. You need a preamp, so this is my preamp for my mic. It's kind of nice because it's small, raises the noise floor on the sound, and then the new microphone's a lot better in terms of voice reproduction, all of that stuff, so it works. Roshan, you have an admirer here. Maybe you should start streaming too. Oh. Wrong paper. All right, so let's do hammer first. I mean, I kind of did a hammer. I did what do you call it? Let me throw my picture up here. I did a. There we go. I did an axe last time, and with the axe, it's kind of like a hammer, right? So maybe I'll skip that one. So we'll do ice cream, cone, pliers would be interesting. Actually, that would be a challenge, and then I'll pick one more. Let's see. Cutlery, books, pens. I did a pen, did a phone, books. I guess I could do a book or cutlery. All right, just making some notes here, guys. All right, back at you with the Trostrol. Yeah, what is my stream missing? I'm curious. A tank. I am going to try and do some vehicle stuff too. And these are going to be quick sketches. So we'll just start with some ice cream cone type thing. I'm just going to assume here we just have a nice simple cone. So just some nice light lines to start for our cone. Why am I sketching on regular paper? Goodness. I should be sketching on a desk fan. I don't know about that. Hello, Manpreet. Hello. A desk fan. What if I did a desk fan with a shape that was pill-shaped and meant to accept only pill-shaped accessories? That would be interesting. For sure. All right, so remember last time we talked about, the hand, so you can kind of do this box thing and then think of the fingers, right? So if something's gripping, I kind of do this hex shape with the fingers, right? So as I draw this ice cream cone, actually, that finger is rather large, but as I draw this ice cream cone, that's kind of the arrangement I'm going for on my fingers. If you're gripping something, right? So just think about your shapes. This would connect back here, ball, and then back. So it just depends on relative position, all of that. So left, right hand, all that good stuff. Nerf gun. Hello, Manpreet. So yeah, Antibus. I don't know, Antibus, do you use mics quite a bit? I also have a Focusrite Scarlett that I'm using as the interface for the computer. So definitely need to update the stuff I use website with some more information there. Hello, Explosive Yoda. Welcome. We're just doing hands and handheld things today. I'm debating if I want to use I'll use a gray marker. All right, I'll use a gray marker. So depending on position of hand, if the hand is this way or if it's going this way, right, you're going to get a different position for fingers. So as the illustrator, you just get to decide. And it's not quite a box, it's almost a shape like this for these fingers, right? So I'll have another one here, and I'll just hint at the other one. This one's going to be a little bit more forward, middle finger, something like that. Ring finger, actually, like so. And pinky. Right, and let's get knuckles in, something like that, and thumb. Now, I didn't really pick the direction of my hand here, so for thumb, I'll just draw a little shape like this. So now I can just come in, because I was working light till you get it right. Just do something like this. All right, so the challenge this week, in case you're wondering why are we doing these weird hand sketches today? The challenge this week on the Sketch-A-Day Discord is drawing hands and handheld things, and there was initially emphasis on pen. I'm gonna say if you want to practice with your pen, that's fine. I'm not making it a hard requirement or anything, but Jordan is our lovely, wonderful mod. This is a weird hand. I guess it would go back like here. Here's your ice cream cone, ma'am. Jordan in our chat is our lovely mod, and he's kind of been watching that for us. So shout out to Jordan for doing that. I guess I'll cheat a little bit and show the bottom of the cone here. What good is ice cream if it has no color? Hello, Eric. Yes, I saw the news. I'm not ignoring the news about Nigeria, what's happening there. It's terrible. The government is turning against people. I encourage you all to take a look at the news. Take a look at what's happening. Do what you can. Eric says, end SARS. So I hear you, brother. Raul, hello. Hello, Roshan. Why did I say hello to Roshan? You don't need hellos. All right. I have no idea what flavor this ice cream is, but it's green. I don't really like mint ice cream, actually. Like, who came up with that idea? Let's put mint in ice cream. Or pistachio. Bleh. So yeah, just some quick sketch stuff here. These are spheres, so definitely in my shading, I'm just kind of thinking in terms of lighting. So the marker guide I'm putting together, I'm actually really excited about, something I've been thinking about for a while. So it'll help you pick your, thank you, Latrice says, he signed a petition to help end SARS. I hope we, as humans, I hope we can come together. This year has just been absolutely insane. All right, this hand is weird and it's making me feel uncomfortable. So let's see if I can fix it. Am I planning a stream on the topic of car interiors? I could. I'm trying to see if I can get to a habitual stream, if you will, of Transportation Tuesday. That's my goal, Transportation Tuesday. I feel like this finger should be a bit further out. That's what's making this feel weird. But anyhow, there's a hand. The end. We'll call this the warm-up GIMP ice cream hand. All right. Let's do another one. And this time we'll use some real paper. If I can find it. Because I'm always misplacing things. All right, so the next one we had was pliers. See, that's going to be an interesting one. I think I'm going to have to definitely rough this one out. Hello, Mistry. Definitely going to have to rough this one out. All right, so pliers, let's see. I got to think about this. How would I hold pliers? Since I don't have pliers at my desk, I'm going to improvise here. All right. I think I can do this. So, point of view. I got to figure out point of view. Okay, I'll just do a rough sketch for the pliers. Something like this. Just roughing it out, okay? Because when in doubt, oops. I tapped. See, that's the problem with digital sketching. You get in these habits, and then like I tapped on my paper thinking I could undo when that's not possible. It's not possible for you to undo a 2-finger tap on paper. Jeez. Okay, so I'm just going to add some points here, and we'll just swing some arcs like so. And again, this is just to get general placement down. So when in doubt, rough it out. Okay. This spread feels a bit much, so let's just drop this down right there. Something like that. Oh, I finally realized. So before I started Sketchaday, I had this website called idsketching.com. Super popular back in the day for industrial designers. Anyhow, URL went dark and everyone was like, what's going on? And I tried to forward it to sketchaday.com, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I figured it out. And relaunched that last night. So now ID Sketching at least forwards to sketchaday.com. All right, let's do a hand holding this now. Antibus says, had a similar issue with your mic. Not sending a strong enough signal. Yeah, I had that too. So you just need a preamp. Turns out that's the issue. You just need a preamp for your mic. And that helps out. Transportation Tuesday could include space trucks. Absolutely. We're just doing some hands holding things. So as I thought about my hand here, right, I'm just going to sketch the position of my hand now. If it's this way, right, and then I'll have the fingers gripping my pliers like so, and let's make some room for thumb. I'm going to put the wrist going slightly this way. I'm just doing this in red, and let's relax perhaps this finger. Can relax that one, and our pinky, and middle finger needs to be a little bit longer, for example. Yeah, and then thumb's gonna be something like this. All right, hopefully you can kind of see that. I'll sketch it in black so you can see. All right, now I feel a little bit more warmed up, so apologies for the gimpy ice cream cone, everyone. You're probably like, what is this? I didn't sign up for this ice cream cone. All right, so now I've got my rough sketch. So now I can just take this. It is tricky. This is a tricky one. So I can just take this though and overlay. So I didn't really figure out details on my marker here, but should be okay. Welcome again, everyone, to Sketchaday. We're doing some pen and paper today, keeping it trill, keeping it real. I have these conversations with people all the time. Should I learn to draw on paper? Should I just sketch digitally? What should I do? And the truth is, you saw me do it. You guys, maybe you didn't catch me do it, but I 2-finger tapped on my paper. Isn't that crazy? That's because my brain is like, hey, you're sketching digitally. Last week was all digital, and I didn't even recognize that I was sketching on paper. So thanks, Latrice. Latrice says, please hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate it. So anyhow, back to our regularly scheduled program here. Let's just do our pliers, quick sketch, just some sort of texture here on the inside. I'm using a Tombow. I don't know how you pronounce it. Tombow marker right now. And without, let's see, this is gonna go like something like this. But without like looking at the actual pliers, it's a bit difficult, at least mechanically, to figure this out. So let's see what we can do here. Something like that. Just gonna swing this up. And all right, so this one's gonna be attached to this one. All right, so I'll just draw this over like so. And then this one's gonna be attached to, what do you call this, a mandible? It's more of an insect thing, but I don't know what you'd call it. All right, so this one will be attached here. We're gonna have some sort of rubber grip, of course. So I'm sketching that in. Now I am redrawing rather than tracing. Okay, so redrawing super important because that's gonna help your sketch keep fresh. Keep fresh. Yeah, I totally two-finger tapped. I bet you like at some point if I kept doing this digitally, I would like pinch to zoom on my page. Let's zoom in. Enhance. Enhance. You know, it's funny. You may recognize my humor a little bit in saying enhance, but what's actually funny is that, well, not funny, what's interesting is that now, technologically speaking, we're almost to the place where we're going to be able to do that. You know, you watch those crime shows on TV, and they would say like enhance, and the image would get clearer, right? We're almost to the point where these AI algorithms with the visual tools we use are going to be robust enough that that's the case. It's kind of crazy if you think about it, which then gets to the point of what is real anyways. Let's see. Top of this, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Yeah, I'm cheating a little bit, guys, with the top one here. Because I need to clear this with my hand. And then I'm going to do that trick that I did before, where instead of finishing the handout, get it? Instead of finishing the hand, I could just draw a little background element here, perhaps. Let's see. I gotta get the right shape. Okay, something like that. There we go. That makes me feel better. All right, and then I can finish off the pliers right in there. All right, so there you go. Woo! Sweating. I am drawing hands just like mine. That's because that's my reference. If I quickly check, at least this is kind of how my thumb looks anyways. So I could probably like overlay and clean that up a little bit if I wanted to. What is real? I don't know anymore, says Marzi. I agree. It's kind of crazy, just everything, how it is, and how much, how much can be faked. We just don't know. We just don't know. Let's make this chrome real quick, just because I'm actually, I was going to make a stupid joke, but I won't. This is sketch a day. was gonna make a stupid joke about Mad Max. Shiny and chrome. I really need to watch that again. But yeah, if you're just using ink, something like this, you can get some chrome effect in here, like so. Just some nice black highlights, reflections, things like that going on in there, on the edges. Right, we want to think about the environment, what could be reflecting into this thing. It's gonna give you that chrome sauce. So you can do a lot with just a pen. Right, you can do a lot with just a pen if you're careful. This is awesome. I have such a hard time with hands. Me too. I have a hard time with hands, as you'll see on the show. But you know, we push through. I'm gonna go ahead and just shade the inside here, just with some hatching. You could do cross hatching if you want. I'm just gonna do straight hatching on the inside, just to create a value difference here. So my marker guide should be out, I'm hoping, this afternoon. You'll want to check that out if you're into markers, and I cover things like different types of marker strokes you can use. Just a couple examples. I'm not going to give it all away. You got to wait for my book for that. But I will have a couple different strokes. Do you remember that show, Different Strokes? How to pick colors on a marker, and yeah, so there's a quick hand. We could even add some hatching here if we want. I'm gonna just copy the direction so it feels almost consistent. Copy the shading and direction, spacing and direction, pardon me. Just like so. I've also toyed with the idea of a 24-hour stream, but I don't know how I'd actually do that with kids and whatnot. Like, it'd be crazy. So yeah, check out sketchaday.com. I've got the books section live now. So if you're interested in books, you can check that out there. They're talking about making a prequel to Fury Road. That's cool. All right, so here's how it started. Here's how we ended. Boom. There's your hand with some pliers. And it's not perfect. It's certainly better than our GIMP ice cream hand here. Let's do some other positions, maybe some open palm stuff, and then I'll switch to doing some cars. But the challenge this week was sketching with pen. Okay, the challenge this week was sketching with pen. So let's see what we can do with that. All right. So let's just sketch a few boxes here. And in drawing these lines, it's just helping me position a few things on these hands. So this one, if the hand's pointing down, for example, you can do something like this, and then finish off my fingers. I'll just frame this out because I don't want to finish the hand. But there we can do something like that. More like that. Just quick sketches. All right, right, so there's one. And then if we wanted to do that up, say holding something, like say there was, I don't know why, but something like this, right? We want our fingers to hold this. Then I may do something like so. All right, so if you break it down, it makes it a lot easier, at least I find, and then I can just do my overlay. As needed, if I wanted to on this one, for example. I'm using a Tombow pen today. That's what I'm using. So if it's your first time, thanks again for joining the stream. Always fun. So yeah, if that's kind of the flip, right? We'd probably have something like that. And let's see, what other positions could we have? I know we had a bunch of suggestions. Hello on Instagram if you are watching. YouTube's where I'm mostly paying attention to answering comments and all that. Of course, the sketches will be available for patrons and channel members right after the stream as high resolution scans. Book cutlery. Cutlery would be interesting because now you're holding something like this, right? So what does that look like? Let's see. I'm just thinking about my hand and the position with which I hold something. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, so let me think about that one. Cutlery. I mean, you have a view like this. If there's a... let me grab a different piece of paper. So we got a request for hand-holding cutlery. And... foreshortening is always tough. All right, but I'm thinking something like this, if that's your knife. Yeah, this is tough. You'd end up with, yeah, because there's the box, and then finger, right, something like that. So, what I just drew there, we believe in you. Thank you. I got to figure out the right attack or angle on this one, so bear with me. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This finger a little bit forward, and yeah, a little bit forward. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm botching this one terribly. Terribly, just terribly. Yeah, because we want... Yeah, I keep rotating the view. Basically what I'm trying to do is, I'm used to drawing perspective like this, in this orientation, and I'm trying to do it more from, say, this point of view, but very... like this point of view, but very foreshortened. So that's the challenge here. So when you switch your perspective up and you're used to doing things a certain way, sometimes it can be very challenging, right? So that box or shape I use for my hand, for example, like so. And so as things approach me now, they would get bigger, like this finger, like so. Right, so it feels weird, but I just have to like stick with it. So that's the challenge, right? With something like, I guess it would be more like this, with foreshortening this finger, and then you'd have the knife back here. So therein lies the challenge, everyone. Or I could raise this finger up and then have it come down a bit more. I don't know, something in there. Thank you, Marzi. Much appreciated. What's the hand doing? The hand is holding a knife, like cutting like this. So I'm trying to imagine in my head, okay, what does this look like and how do I show that? Right, so I'm trying to just take some different approaches here and see what works. And that's kind of how drawing is, really, as we figure things out. Right, so if I had some sort of knife, it might look like that. Hopefully you guys find this valuable, by the way. I know Marzi does, but you know, drawing anything, and I say I can draw anything, it's a process of like, okay, how do I figure this out? Right, okay, right there. How do I figure this out and do it in a way that appears compelling? That's the challenge, right? And then yeah, because that would be buried in there. So therein lies the challenge. It's just figuring things out. Once you know the mechanics of something, you can like, thank you, Hossein. Hossein says bad view. Hossein is stating the obvious. Hello, Cammy. Oh, chopping position like this? I'm not sure what you mean. Like if the fist is like this, and then you've got like this, and then the knife's coming towards us. Is that what you mean? The chopping position? Anyhow. Yeah, I was saying, hopefully you find this somewhat valuable in terms of, as an artist or designer, how you can figure out things sometimes if you need to. All right, so a couple tries. I ended up rotating the view just because it's such a weird view here. If it's coming directly at you, it really is. All right, these are in shadow, so I'll just take that out. A little bit of a nail. Is that how it would be? Yeah, something like that. See, that's why I don't really do nails, because it like distracts from everything else. Put some hair on the fingers. Anyhow, Sketch Day Live. Thanks for joining, figuring this out with me, learning as we go. Last week we did a lot of learning too, because it was Fashion Week, and we did all sorts of fashion stuff. More useful to hear you pushing and pulling on your thoughts than hearing just step-by-step instructions. Oh, thank you, Lines. Much appreciated. I'm gonna try and get it though. I'm gonna try and get it, because I don't feel like I should. Yeah, it might just take a couple times, but okay. So see, this is what I'm dealing with. Here's the front plane, and we've got something shooting out. So if it's kind of a 1-point perspective, essentially, right? It's a 1-point perspective, and I've got this knife. This needs to come forward more, right? This finger in terms of scale. And that is a challenge because my brain doesn't want to accept it. It's like, no, no, no. So that's the funky thing about doing that perspective. Anyhow, you got to see me struggle a bit. All right. That's right. And if you're not I'm going to figure it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not moving on past it. We're going to figure this out. Okay? We are going to figure it out. I'm taking a look at my pen, if you can see me in that little window. I'm taking a look at my pen just to imagine with my left hand what this looks like. Okay? Because I understand the shapes in my head. I'm just trying to see how this looks in perspective. Okay, so maybe it's not as drastic as I think. I could do something like this. And then have that knife. See, I want to even like turn it, but you're going to have just a sliver of a knife in terms of what's visible here. Let's see, we'll have knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. And then thumb coming in. Like so. Yeah, so that would be your hand if this is a 1-point perspective, cutting some carrot or something. And maybe holding the carrot, I suppose. If I were holding the carrot, how would I do this? See, I would need a few fingers, of course. Don't want to cut your thumb off, but here's our thumb. Let's see. Fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because I messed up here, I'm going to put this in shadow. There. Boom. We have hands cutting something. We figured it out. Yay. I'm okay with that. I will accept it. I will take it. All right. Yes to the tracing, or is it cheating? Tracing is not cheating per se. Do I ever take a picture to see what it looks like? Sometimes. I try to just work through it like Lion said. Is it cutting another hand? Maybe. No, it's supposed to be like a carrot or something. Some sort of vegetable being cut. That's what's happening. Lines. Some sort of vegetable being cut. And of course, we could take this even and overlay it if we needed to. Okay, so that's how I would do it. And then just figure it out again if I had to, like another overlay. Can I draw sewing hands? Oh my goodness. I'm no hand expert. Sewing hands. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. That would be insane. Oh my goodness. Okay, what time is it? 11:53. Yeah, so I can do some quick car stuff. Now that we did our hands, and as I promised, I would combine Transportation Tuesday a bit. So here's one of the more successful ones. Pliers. We also had some failures, man. We had to work through some challenges. Hopefully you find value in all this. Figuring out perspective, point of view, all of that stuff. Trying to understand how it works. That's a very static hand. And of course our gimpy warm-up ice cream hand. All right, so cars. What kind of cars do you want to see? I had a request for some car interior stuff. I feel like I always do the same thing with car interiors, but in terms of perspective, it's basically something like this that I tend to use. You know, we can cut that pillar. So yeah, maybe something like that. Figure out your dash. I haven't done one of these in a while. So let's see what we can scrounge up here. I feel like this should be wider. So a little hint of that A pillar, for example, there. Maybe just some center console display, steering wheel. I just saw the Hummer interior, so perhaps this is a bit inspired by that. And we can drop back down for our center. I'm going to eliminate this seat, at least the back of the seat. So maybe we just show show the base of the seat here or something. Put whatever design you want on that. Get the floor in. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. And then just lean this seat back, super extreme perspective. So yeah, maybe something like this. And of course, it all depends on the vehicle you're designing for or whatever. I'm just making crap up at this point. And freehanding it. Look at how far up the barrel of the pen I'm holding this, though. It's pretty far up. And it gives me, I guess, more control personally. I like it. I can actually see what I'm drawing, and it forces me a bit to draw with my shoulder, which I also like and appreciate. So just something to think about as you're leveling up in your drawing skill. Even this one, we probably don't even need marker or tons of marker for it. Right? We can keep this just as a general sketch. Let's just make some cool background shapes. Just playing around a bit with that pen. And now, let's see if I can fix this one. Because I had this interior as well. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it. We'll see. So I recently decided if I could stream full time, I totally would. I don't think I can yet. I don't have enough people watching, liking, all that stuff. So keep sharing, guys. If I could do this all day and just have like a creativity channel, I think I would. And just we could talk about creative things. We could hang out and paint and draw or whatever it is we wanted to do. That would be pretty awesome. But alas, we must pay the bills. Anyhow, just play with some surfaces here. Line weight, things like that. Yeah, I don't do this nearly enough. At the same time, I'm not a car designer. I just kind of know how to draw them. I did work in car design for a little bit as an intern, but that's it. That's it. Enough to get myself in trouble and get out safely on the other side. Alright, so we can do something like that. Car interior. Of course, adding marker, shading, all of that stuff would be... Thank you, Theory. I'm glad you enjoyed. Theory, Thierry, Beauregard, everyone. Hello, Obed. Welcome. Draw the entire American Sign Language alphabet, says Lines. That would actually be fun. As a challenge. That would be a fun challenge. And do it kind of in my style, whatever that looks like. That would be pretty fun. Draw the American Sign Language alphabet to practice drawing hands. It's a great idea. So this is likely more of just what I would consider to be thumbnail sketching, even though it's not small. Theory. Okay, Theory. Thanks for hanging. Just rough sketches to kind of get your ideas down quickly. That's what I would consider this to be. Because, of course, we could take our pencil, we could take time, we could scan it, we could photograph it, all that stuff, put it in, and refine it, right? Overlays are your friend. And then we can change stuff. All right, so I'll just give you a quick example. Like on the steering wheel, now I might go, okay, what's actually happening? You know, what are these details on the steering wheel? So, and this is redrawing, right? So just with a little technique here, we can get a much cleaner sketch in. We'll chop this pillar again. All right, so learning to be efficient in your process can save you a lot of time and trouble. Like, I wasn't trying to get this perfect or even okay at the onset, but through that overlay now, we can kind of refine things. Hello, Magic Pencil. Welcome. I'll just go ahead and do it. Why not? I've got some time. We got some time. Could even change this screen thing. maybe it is raised up, but I made a little mistake there. So maybe there is a gap that does run across. Just shade that in. So you can save a lot of time if you're just strategic. If you're just strategic about 200 viewers. Hello everyone, welcome to Sketch a Day. You know, I wasn't sure if people would watch if I was sketching with a pen. So I am happy to see that you guys are joining. Don't worry, we'll do digital stuff as well. Maybe not today, but thanks for joining the channel. If it's your first time, hit subscribe, turn on alerts. We out here doing our thing. The seat actually needs to be a little bit longer, so I'm gonna cheat. Let's introduce a new material, part break. Actually, it reminds me of the seats in my Mini Cooper a little bit. Before I said what vehicle I drive, I should have been like, hey guys, what kind of car do you think I drive? I actually have two vehicles. What do you think my other vehicle is? So I drive a Mini Cooper. If you were to guess what my other vehicle is, what would you guess? Some of you know, so don't ruin it for everyone. Give people a chance to guess. Guess what it is. But yeah, the new Hummer, they just revealed that design. It's even weird for me to think of like, hey, it's a Hummer. Or not even what kind of vehicle, what is the make and model of my other vehicle? What would you guess? Thank you, Hamalash. Thank you. What would you guys guess? It's been a while since I've used these Tombow pens too. They're actually quite nice. It's been a minute. Minivan? Nope. It is my family vehicle, but it's not a minivan. Yeah, design education. We should give that a challenge. Give that a go. That is to say, drawing the entire ASL alphabet in, you know, just an ID style or whatever. That would be interesting. Yeah, so I do this as well intentionally without marker to show you guys, or even digital stuff, that you don't always need digital tools to have a decent looking drawing. Like if your line work is solid, right? If your line work is solid, you can have a pretty decent sketch. All right, so there's my quick interior for you guys. I should probably finish up a few things. Add some line weight, for example, just to kind of frame things out. I don't want to draw petals or anything like that, so I'm going to make this dark under here. Don't want it to get too busy either though. I'll just go ahead and shade that in. Go from dark to light there. And we could even frame that out, right? So this distance feels a little bit off. So that's something I would change, or modify the center console or something, like pull that in. So just want to point that out for you guys so you can see things that are off, things to learn from my mistakes and so forth. Thanks for joining, everyone. Hemelash, is that your name? How do you pronounce it? I have no idea. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. I actually drive a Toyota Tacoma. That's what I drive. And then, you know, with these car interior sketches, I guess we can continue the theme. Another one I like to do is kind of this forced perspective view. And from this, we can, or maybe bathtub view, you could call it. But I could do kind of backseat here. Right, and I'm thinking of this as an entire volume. So I can do backseat, we can throw in, you know, some sort of front seat here. We could eliminate the back of the other front seat if we want. Maybe draw a silhouette like so, just to show the canopy on the inside. It doesn't have to be the real thing, but just as a background element, right? You could do something like that. Have our pillar. Like so. Center console. Just gonna have this guy captured by something, and then up to the dash and all that stuff, which maybe I'm not showing here, partly because I've run out of space. We'll cut this pillar. Yeah, partly because I've run out of space here, but maybe we're showing, I don't know, some steering wheel thing. So we pick this perspective. Maybe the steering wheel isn't even a steering wheel, it's just a screen that's presented to you in this somewhat autonomous vehicle. Semi-autonomous, perhaps. Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. Being a part of the stream, this grand experiment. Happy to see it growing. Oh, we got 217. We made a new record today again, guys. I don't know what's changed, but whatever it is, let's keep it up. So if you're telling people about it, thank you. I appreciate it. I am curious how you found it. I'm always curious, so let me know. It's like, hey, I found this on the YouTube homepage, or maybe it was someone recommended it, or I found you through Instagram. Let me know. It's unscientific poll, but there we go. All right, so after this, I'll do maybe just a couple quick exteriors of vehicles or vehicle types. So if you have something, let me know. I saw a request for a tank, but I'll save that for Sci-Fi Sunday. That's what we do on Sundays. We do sci-fi. I need to figure out a day for like my chill painting days when I just want to paint some random stuff. That's going to be a new thing. And like I said, thinking about expanding the stream and what I do. So Hopefully you're on board for that. More creative content. Man, there's just so much content out there, so I don't blame you if you're like feeling content overload, but if not, I got you. I got you, boo. All right, so could probably do something like this, right? For this center console, sketch that in. There's our seat. Let me fix this perspective. So at this point, if I were working on this and my initial intent was to have this just be like one drawing, one shot, one take, if you will, and I did something like that, at this point I would redo it or just plan on going, okay, I'm going to have to take this one into Photoshop now. I know that. Right, so at that point I may do something like that. Oh, been following me since 500 sketches. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Hemelos. 230 people. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I think I did hit 246 the other day, though. Let's see. Thank you, Unicorn Plays. Krish Mandel, hello. Thanks for saying hi. I don't think YouTube lets you share your channel in chat, but if you guys have your own channel and you just want to share it with people, that's fine. I'm not going to hate on you for that, so feel free to share in the comments section on the video. Anyhow, maybe something like this. There's our back seat. Like so. Just a quick sketch, right? Quick study. And then we could do an overlay. I'm not gonna do an overlay, but you can see here with the marker paper I can put this over. And now if I wanted to, thanks Design Education, if I wanted to I could do the lines or do a marker sketch or a digital or whatever it is I want to do. Let's do a couple exteriors though. I guess these kind of feel, this one feels like more like a sedan. This one felt more like maybe some sort of truck interiors. So I could do one of each. We're gonna have lots of sketches for you on the, I need to buy some more marker paper. We're gonna have lots of sketches for you on the no, not UJ's gallery. There was someone else that shared a channel and YouTube won't let it go through, so that's all I'm saying. Nothing but love, everyone. Keep it happy. All right, so let's do some exterior stuff. I guess question for you, would you want to see like a quick marker shade of a vehicle or just lines? Just lines. Let me know. I'll do one with lines just to start, and I'm going to start with the wheels, and let's make this some sort of truck. If it's a truck, I typically just get my wheel flares in first, and then maybe a line on the front here. Start to think about a grill of some sort. But yes, I drive a Toyota Tacoma. That's what I drive. Get the hood in. This is, I mean, this is just a ridiculous proportion, but we'll make it. We'll run with it. Anyways, I could immediately tell once I had the grill in. I was like, this is gonna be stupid. But here we are. Maybe this is some GMC crazy thing. So in design, right, you want to try and find those hidden lines that can align with things. So here, for example, I might pull out this surface line and then have this kind of flow to the front. There's also an implied line here, right, connecting these two. Maybe this is a fin going into this intake. All right, so I can bring that in. And perhaps this is also the line for this front clip. I don't know. This feels kind of aggressive and very over the top as far as trucks go. And then I'll just clip the back of the cab here. All right. OM Car OD says your page is not fully visible. And that's on Instagram. Then you need to join the YouTube, man. You get the full output. People on YouTube know. They know the juice. They know what's up. Theory, thank you. A portrait, says UJ's Gallery. Probably not today. I'm not gonna be able to keep streaming today anyways, all day. Or for too long, I should say. So perhaps another time. I did get a request for sketching heads. At least how I do it. Because it's probably going to be a disaster. I should stop saying that. I would figure it out and show you guys how I do it. There you go. No, it's been really cool streaming though, because I've been able to do a lot of things that I think instinctively or subconsciously I've avoided in my career, like drawing people. I'm very self-conscious about it. There's a confession for you. I keep it real on the show. You guys know that. I keep it real. So that's something I've avoided. So I do appreciate the challenges. I guess we can just use pen again. Like you don't always need to bust out all the markers and, airbrushes and stuff. Although we could use my new airbrush that I got. I could boot that up. Faux show. Definitely gonna, should I? Yeah, I think I'll use the BFM on this one. That's the big fat marker for those who aren't familiar with that term. It's the famous big fat marker that I use on the stream here. This is a weird surface jog. I don't know if it would work, but I'll throw it in. We'll throw it in anyways. We'll see what happens. Let's put a teeny tiny door. This is a crew cab vehicle. Put a teeny tiny door. Let's put some racks and stacks on this guy. So yes, I have a truck, but I'm also highly critical of trucks. Like I feel like some trucks are just too much. Like I just want to be like, whoa, are you getting ready to go on some expedition somewhere? Like literally, like what's going on? Because that thing that you're driving does not look like a thing you take to the grocery store. So what's going on, bro? I just want to say that to people sometimes. Or as they drive by, be like, you were definitely the coolest kid in school, huh? And I feel like I can say that because I do have a truck. So there you go. Do I have the BFM in other colors? No, just black right now. I did get a new one, but this is the old BFM. The new BFM is this one. And I'll show you the difference. The tip of this one was just kind of wearing down a little bit. And so I wanted to get a crisp, or this one was wearing down. I just wanted to get a crisp tip. So I'll show you the difference in just a sec. He then asked me, what is your let's see. Oh, the other day I had an interview on the phone with a designer. Proceeded to tell me all the ways. If it didn't work, he wouldn't pay me. He then asked me, what is your personality? You know, that's an interesting one, design education. So design education was sharing an experience of an interview. And the person asked, what is your personality? I think that's a fair question to be asked in an interview, because design, art, whatever it is you're involved in is not just about how good you are at something. Like, if I don't want to work with you, then I don't want to work with you. So what is your personality is a totally valid question, I feel like. I'm trying to think how to shade the side here without getting too crazy with the marker. I think I can do it. So let's use the BFM, and I'll show you the difference with... Thank you, Luciano. Oh, hey, long time, brother. I just realized who you are. Long time. How are you doing? I hope you're good. So this is the old one. Here, I should use some scrap paper. This is the old one, right? So it has a nice brush feel to it, so I use it for certain things. The new one is just a little juicier and has a crisper edge to it. So there we go, right? So I'll still use the old one. It's just a little worn down now on the tip, but I can get some interesting strokes out of it. So I still use it. It is refillable, like I mentioned. I like refillable markers. More on that in my marker guide, dropping hopefully today. I got to take some photos and some other stuff, make some animated GIFs for you. But these markers are cool because, yes, they are refillable. I'm a big believer in refillable stuff if you are like me and you love drawing. So where possible, get things that refill. 256. Welcome, everyone. Hello. All right, so let's just use black marker on this one. Maybe the next example I do, I'll use colors and show you. All right, so let's go. I'll use the new jumbo guy here. And we're just going straight black marker, right? So I'm just thinking about shadows. I'm also thinking about what's in the environment here. Okay, this is a tire, so on the tread, I may just do something like that, right? And then now finish out the shadow. Here I've got this other wheel. I've also got some maybe components, things like that under here. And I want to keep this light. I need some separation. And then I'm going to make the edge of the wheel chunky with the marker. And I got to be a little strategic about it. Now, when it comes to the body side, if I want to do the body side with these markers, I'm going to switch to the old one here. Okay. And it really depends on the surface and what's happening on this surface. Okay, so you gotta think about what's the shape of the surface I'm shading. Where's the light coming from, and how would things be reflected into this? And when I do use a black marker for these quick concept sketches, I try to be somewhat judicious. I don't want to overwhelm the sketch. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm the sketch. So, all right, so now I can take a pen like this or another one, and if I need to add some secondary lines like that, I can do that. Just throw those in. Now this is where keeping your eyes open and paying attention to what happens with these reflections in real life is going to help you. Okay, so if you're trying to do one of these, you kind of have to understand the nature of surfaces and what's going on to help you with your shading. All right. In this case, maybe this surface is ducking behind. So I'm just going to go ahead and shade this in right here. And then add a couple lines to ease that transition. Like so. So just some touch-ups with this Tombow pen for some detail. All right, there we go. I wonder if we'll get to 300. This is awesome. Thanks, guys. Definitely share the stream if you can, if it's your first time. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. I've been doing this for some time now, at least seriously for about a year. So I appreciate all you do being here, but definitely share if you can. Tell your friends, your mama, your kids, your wife, whoever likes drawing. Okay, so there's that, and now I'm going to work on some shadows a little bit more. Gaming with Kira, thank you. Much appreciated. Do you have a gaming channel, Gaming with Kira? Is that what you do? Or you just like playing games? Alright, I'm just going to get some of these recesses in here on the hubcap itself, or rim. We're going to have some reflection stuff happening, so I can capture a little bit of that. Maybe some rocks and stuff on the ground here and there. This is a Tombow pen. Tombow, however they pronounce it. I don't know. It's like people say Wacom, but it's actually Wacom. Wacom. People say Copic, but it's actually Copic marker, for example. That's straight from the manufacturers, guys. I'm not just making that up. It's not like the debate over GIF being pronounced GIF or GIF. It's pronounced GIF, by the way, just so you know. I mean GIF, sorry. It's pronounced GIF, not GIF. Thank you, Gaming with Kira. Thank you, UJ's Gallery, for subscribing. Much appreciated. Okay, so we'll do one with color. Bradley Klassen is asking for one with color. But hopefully this was at least a bit instructive for you to see if you're doing just black and white drawing. Here's how you can do a black and white drawing of a truck. Right. Now, just for instructional purposes, I'll show you something. 313, hello everyone. If there were lines on the road or something, right, those are going to reflect up into the truck. You know, light's going to hit these, reflect. So we'd probably have things like this going on. And you may see that if you go outside and look at your vehicle or whatever in the right conditions, you'll see things like that happening. So like I said, I don't want to overdo it, but I kind of overdid it anyways. Oh well. Oh well. I'm late for a meeting, so let me just tell this person. Okay. We're good. All right, appreciate it. Whoa, 300, crazy, 313. All right, let's do, I saw Bugatti was working on a new vehicle. I'm not gonna attempt to draw their vehicle. Let's start with a skinny pen. This is actually a Muji pen. It's kind of nice because you can lay down really, really thin lines. All right, really, really, really thin lines. Thank you. Let's do two views. I'll do a back view and a front view. And let's go ahead and use the blob method for these. So this one will be the back view. This pen doesn't dry fast enough. Let me see if I can find a very fine pen that dries a little faster. Let's see what we got here. In the bucket of misfit pens, we've got our Copic multi-liner. I've got this Muji pen. That one kind of bleeds though with marker. A lot of these pens, like I said, I feature on my channel, so you can always use this link or not channel, but my website, and find information on these pens. Sakura just sent me a boatload of stuff I'm excited to try out, so I'm really excited, guys. I'll be showing you some new pens, new toys, new tools, all that good stuff. Oh, awesome. Thanks, gaming. All right, let's use this pen. It's going to be, I can tell it's a little dry, so it's going to be a little streaky, whatnot, but, and perhaps it'll skip a little bit on the stroke, but that should be okay. We can always touch up if needed. All right. So let's go. All right. So I don't have a specific design in mind. I'm just kind of thinking some sort of mid-engine vehicle. And this, you can kind of see it's coming together already just from sketching those blobs. I don't even know how Bugatti headlights look like. Let me see. I'm not that much, like I'm not a car freak. I just know how to draw them. Bugatti Chiron or Veyron. What shall we do? Alright, so that's how the lights look. We've got our little grill here. You guys are probably like, oh man, he doesn't even know how the grill looks. How is he gonna sketch one? Alright. So the lights kind of look like this. Just keep it rough and loose. And they've got this like crazy loop thing going on into the pillar. But what if the loop like chopped, but then was also like the loop defined? Yeah, what if we did something like that? So kind of evolving this loop a bit and bringing the surface detail through. That could be interesting. I did say this was going to be the I did say that was going to be the back view, but clearly I've lost my mind. Been streaming for so long. All right, and let's just do some crazy many spoked wheel, just nice and light. Keep it light here, and let's get the back. So I've shown this method before on the channel to you guys, where you use a blob and you kind of just use that to guide the rest of your sketch. Super useful. And we're sketching this nice and light so we can add the marker. All right, so we can add the marker on top. Thanks for joining, by the way. If you're on the Instagram and you want a better view, check out the YouTube. My colors on YouTube are a little bit off today, though, so apologies there. I will definitely fix that. Miura, I don't know what your message says, but hello. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. I'm taking a small coffee break. Hey, I have a message for all of you. I love you. Thank you for watching. It means a lot. It means a lot. Just want to say that. So, thank you. All right, so let's make this one the back view, right? So, if we're looking from this view, and I've got to think a bit about my shapes here, because I don't want to bungle this. Okay. And that new Bugatti, I don't know if you guys saw the teaser or not. It looked pretty cool. But I'm going to make my own back end here, inspired by what I saw anyways. Which they had this like X-shaped taillight configuration. But what if the exhaust, I guess we can borrow from Pagani a little bit. But what if the exhausts kind of arranged between these lights or something? All right. So one of the reasons I am sketching lightly here is I want to be able to use my marker on top and have the colors really come through. So maybe something like this, and let's think about body side stuff. I guess there's no creases on this body side, really. It's just a very sculptural thing. So we can bring that through, and then now get our front wheel flare. I don't have to show any of the front end, which is nice. Maybe hint at the light, but that's it. All right. I'm gonna bring this into the wheel flare though. This little rake line here, or from the rocker panel, I'm gonna bring that up. Just have a nice clean line right through there. Let's chop that wheel. Let's chop that wheel. Course, bring that off the page in terms of shadow. There we go. Now, not the best composition, right? Not the best composition on the page because they're so close together, and also close in size. So I just got to pick one basically that I want to be the main view. Now let's go ahead and use blue. Let's use blue. Blue will be fun. Some blues, maybe some purples. Again, you can learn a lot if you keep your eyes open and pay attention. Okay, you can learn a ton. Let's do some color testing. Again, this is all stuff that's going to be in my marker guide that I'm working on. Okay, this is blue 28. Whenever I'm working on a new piece, I'll often test the colors and just make some notes so I don't have to think about it later. This is FB2. I'm gonna need some sort of deep blue, so let's try this ultramarine. That's a good one. This is B29. Of course it works. That's the thing with the Copic markers too, is if you put down some markers and they look like close in value, check the number and I guarantee you the first number after the letters is going to be close. Okay, it's going to be close. Thanks, Theory. You're awesome. Daniela. Jesus. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but hello. Hello, Leona. Welcome. All right, so this is B29, right? So just if you're going to jump into markers, take a minute, look at your markers, and just think about, what am I trying to show? Do I have the colors I need? You know, if I need to go even deeper blue, I can make a shift in that first number. This is a Prussian blue, I believe. Yeah, B39. I'm going to need to order some more marker paper. B39. There we go. And I'm going to need some violet. I know that. So I'm going to go B79. That looks pretty good. And let's see, B79, I need something deep. I wonder what happens if I mix the red violet here. That actually looks pretty good. So red violet 99. All right, I think that's it for my blues. So at this point, unless I switch brands or come into a lot of money and acquire some more markers, then this is what I'm working with for this Bugatti blue. Let's see. So definitely want to start with lightest light and go darkest dark. So what I'm gonna do, anyways, I didn't even figure out the didn't even figure out the top shape here. So I'm gonna have to look at some reference because I want to at least be on point, in the range, in the zone of what the brand looks like. Doesn't have to be perfect, but if there's a signature element. Okay, so it looks like we have the... All right, I need to add some details here. So let's go 1, 2, and we'll split in the middle here. Okay, I'm gonna pull back to a point like this on mine. So we'll have like a weird cut in the glass on the front. Maybe this is tinted. I love cut pillars. I think they're, because just the implied line is beautiful. I wish structurally we could actually do that, but I'm gonna cut it anyways. And then now I'll come up like so and maybe add like a surface detail. Do you see what I did there? So little line in, right, for some sort of intake. If I want to even shoot that up to that point. One of the tricky things about car design is oftentimes something will look good in one view. And even if I'm sketching this right now in a certain view, it has to go into 3D. And when it goes into 3D, right, that's when everything's going to be immediately tested, challenged, if you will. And at that point, sometimes you got to decide, okay, I'm going to pick my battle here. What's that money view that I need on this car? So even though it was like an intern project at GM, definitely experienced that where kind of had to decide, all right, actually more like this, how and what view am I willing to accept here, and how am I going to change it rather? So how am I going to change this? What's the money view? What's my must-have line in a certain view? So super important for you to think about. And this isn't just for cars. It's like cars, shoes, all that stuff. Music should be playing behind. I don't know if you can hear the music. Maybe you guys can't. I can turn it up just a little bit. I don't want it to overpower my voice though, so yeah. What's up, Harry? Harry Ibs Design. I'm on YouTube paying attention to that, but I saw your name pop up, so thought I'd say hi, Harry. So hello, Harry. Harry IBZ Design. Check him out on Instagram if you haven't. Student, right? In the UK. Okay, so I turned the music up just a little bit. Some of the it's challenging because some of the songs that come on, some of the songs are louder than others, so it's a bit of a challenge for sure. All right, so we're doing some sort of Bugatti-esque sketch if you're just joining. Now for the marker time. Hopefully I don't mess this up. I should take a picture before I start doing this. I'm going to do it quick though. This will be a quick one. Minus the air compressor I'm about to turn on. It's going to get a little noisy, I will warn you. So if you're like, what is happening? It's just going to get a little bit, a smidge noisy. Yeah, I don't know what's happening on the back, but... Oh, I need a red marker. I'm going to steal one from my cheap set here. So Sketch Today Live, thanks for joining once again. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining, all of you. All 340 something. We had 366 at one point. Maybe that's what it is now. I'm not sure. Sometimes YouTube gets a little plugged up. They forget to take their fiber in the morning. All right, so you may have noticed I have some lines here, and I'm going to start with my lightest lights. Okay, lightest lights to darkest darks, and I'm just going to do a standard scene. So assuming the ground is white, if the ground is a different color, right, I'm going to have the ground reflecting into the vehicle. So that's something I would try and do, but I'm just going to assume the ground is white here. The floor is lava. And this process is me just kind of mapping out and color blocking just a bit. So I'm trying to think of, relative to the sky and whatever is behind this thing, right? What are the reflections gonna look like on this thing? And you can try this yourselves. If you just go outside, pay attention to what's reflecting into your car, you'll be able to figure this out. Maybe not easily, but certainly. Bob Ross energy with the Prussian blue, says Lines. It's definitely something you can pick up on, right? I did make a little bit of a mistake here, so I'm trying to think of how I can fix that. I guess it is the lightest blue, so these areas I'm leaving kind of crisp. Okay, that is meant to be preparation for a reflection. Someone asked, what type of markers should I buy? It's a great question, and I will have answers for you. Hopefully this afternoon when I finish my marker guide I've been working on forever. I'm just going to put some technical BS in here. I don't know what it is exactly, but I want some sort of something right here. So I'm just going to throw that in just as a detail. I guess, shoot, I totally messed this up because they're two colors, aren't they? They are two colors. Yeah, I totally bungled this. Oh well. We'll have a... could I fix this? I think I can fix it with value change, but typically this is a... I mean, I haven't finished it yet. I think I can make it work. You guys will see what I mean in just a sec here. But I think I can make it work. So Sketch Today Live. We are drawing, rendering, coloring with marker, some sort of Bugatti concept, making up for yesterday. Normally, or not normally, I was trying to start Transportation Tuesday, but I was just beat yesterday. Absolutely beat. So apologies there. Let's see. I guess this is blue, so I'll carry the blue over here. We'll add whatever reflections we need as we go. And all will make sense eventually for you. If it's your first time, hit subscribe. Turn on alerts. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Oh man, have I? Oh wow, I've been going for a minute. I didn't even realize. I've been going for a minute. Holy cow. Hello, Sticky Art. Mohammed 3%. I'm not sure what that means, but all right. I guess I shouldn't read every comment, because I might start reading and then it like says something terrible, which would be terrible. All right, so we can start like that. I think I can fix this because I can make this dark. This it's a little bit iffy, but we'll make the front of the car like a gray or something. That's why I was hesitating. Because I want to use like a cool gray on the front. So 3, 5, 7, and then I'll get, do I have a 9? I do have a 9, and that should be okay. Most of the time you just need 3 values, but I'm gonna use 4 on this one. So start here. I like to start at the horizon line. So this is gonna pick up some sky tone. We're gonna have sky tone here going down. On the hood, again, it depends on what's on the far side, what's reflecting in. But this is why I said I can probably make this work. All right. Probably make it work. Designers, make it work. See you, Manpreet. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I think I'll only be able to do this view, guys, so because I do have to run. My friend is waiting for me to get done with streaming here. So once I'm done, there is more work to be done. But yeah, check out Adobe Max. I will be presenting at, let's see, what time Pacific is that? 2 p.m. Pacific. So there will be a presentation using Adobe Fresco. That's their drawing app. Similar to Procreate in a lot of ways, but also different. I have talked to them about it. I'm like, why don't you just make it like Procreate? But they do want it to be different. It works with Creative Cloud for those wondering what the advantages might be. That's certainly one of them. File syncing, for example. I'm not being super careful either. Like, this is not a Kate Hunt level sketch. No templates either. Just freehand. Anyhow, if you're interested in Fresco, check that out. Yesterday was actually probably, I'm not going to say it was the best, but it was a good session to be a part of just because I did cover the basics of the app. Also, there's a workbook I put together. It's 50 pages of how to draw in Adobe Fresco. That you can check out. And like I said, it's free. It's crazy. Normally that conference is, I think last year was, I'm trying to remember how much. I know it was at least $1,800, if not more. And it's free this year, so. Check it out. Using marker paper, by the way. Is it morning at my place? It is 12:57 p.m. where I am. I'm in Utah of all places. I don't like that window, so I'm gonna modify it in a little bit here. Let's just, yeah. I'm using a neutral light, just white light, so I can do this. If it were a colored light, I wouldn't be able to do this as easily. But I just wanted to mute that because the two highlights were kind of competing with each other visually. So sometimes you can cheat. It's like you have to prioritize, okay, what am I trying to communicate? Am I showing it? How's it looking? There's a lot to really think about when you do these kind of drawings. So yeah, it's a lot to think about. Whew. Okay, this is taking way too long, so let's finish up. And I've only used one blue. I think I used the fluorescent blue. So let's jump to the blue 28 now. Start to pump some of these contrasty bits. And like I said, if something's over here reflecting in, we're going to kind of see that. All right, so you'll get kind of hits like this happening. I'm saving the airbrush for that little portion there. Let's go ahead and make this a little deeper, darker as well. Now I'm bringing in some purple. Let's jump back to this blue 29. I'm going to try and move a little quicker here, guys. Akshar, hello. Says, can you please answer my question? I'm paying attention to YouTube right now, so I can't go between YouTube and Instagram, but thank you for your question. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the stream. All right, I'm going to make that a little deeper blue as well. And now I've got to get a nice blend in here, so, and here. And that does not need a blend, but I'll show you what I was thinking in terms of my trick. So I'm going to just take this line and then bring it over. So it's almost like we've got a little blue something in the environment that is reflecting into the car. Okay, but the front of the car is not blue. Does that make sense? So that's my little trick for kind of bringing this all together. And I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. On the back here, I was imagining this being like just blacked out, right? Minus the little hits of chrome and perhaps red. So, and because the perspective's kind of funky, I'm not gonna dwell on it too much, and I'm gonna have some black here anyways. So, is this regular? Oh, I thought this was regular paper for a sec. I was like, oh no. Just use the same marker here for some shade. And let's, yeah, ease that a bit. All right. Okay, so I was saving this spot for some sort of light. Same down here. Got another one here and there. And let's enhance a bit of kind of the gray. I guess I did introduce a body line here, which isn't typical on these vehicles, so whatever. So a little bit of 50% gray there. Now I'm going to jump back to my 30% on the outside of this. Yeah, I totally I totally bungled this a little bit, but we'll see if we can fix it. There's always a fix, I say. Yeah, I don't really like that stroke. So yeah, keep an eye out. I'll be releasing that marker guide. I'll probably pitch it on the... Yeah, I totally bungled the front here. I'll have it on my Instagram for sure, at least a link to it, so you can check that out for sure. Thank you, Explosive Yoda. Now to fix my mess. Now to fix it. Contrast is our friend, right? For the most part. If it's your first time on the stream, I say that quite a bit. Contrast is your friend. Maybe not so bad. Maybe not so bad. Confused about how to put highlights. To learn how to put highlights, I've got tons of videos on my YouTube, so check those out for sure. Catch me on a Tuesday if you can. It's when we do, or I'm trying to do, Transportation Tuesday. It's going to be our thing that we do. I'm going to skip the airbrush after all. But yeah, I'll be doing Transportation Tuesday. So I'll do car stuff for you guys who like cars. I know a lot of you do, because I always get asked. Always. Alright, I probably should do the airbrush. So we'll do that. I've done it before on the video and it hasn't sounded crazy, so hopefully this doesn't sound too crazy. Quick test. So that was what I was gonna do with the airbrush, basically, is like just add color where I need it. So I'll do a couple test hits here just to make sure. I think the pressure might be okay. That feels okay. A little bit of blue there. Kind of wish I had a lighter blue, but all right, that works. And we can do the same on the side. I just love working. Oh, practically can't hear. Nice. It's like so loud where I am. It's so loud. But line says practically can't hear, so go for it. All right. Let's go. I mean, I'm not gonna go buck wild with it, but here we are. Okay, so I overshot a little bit there. I feel like I'm chasing an asymptote at this point, which is to say, I keep like doing something that makes me have to change something else. So now the color of this body is solidly gray. All right, but that's kind of cool because it introduces a little bit more dynamic here. All right, and then I can just blend this from dark out into the side, which is okay. Once it dries, it should look fine. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take. Oh, that's why. This makes sense now. So now I'm just gonna take this black marker, kind of finish up. Let's keep it chunky. Chunky fresh. Chunky, funky, fresh. Alright, guys. I'm getting tired. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. But we did have our biggest participation ever, so thank you. Thank you so much for showing up, for hanging out. It's a long time to like hang out watching someone draw, so I definitely appreciate it. Most definitely. So like I said, if you like, be sure to hit subscribe, turn on alerts. That way you don't miss it, man. Or have to be messaging me, being like, when are you going live again? Because it doesn't matter. I'm going live when I go live. And then you'll just see it. I'll just be here, haunting your dreams. I kid. Mostly. All right, everyone. I'll do a quick recap of what we covered today. Appreciate you hanging out, watching. Okay, so there's our Bugatti. I could probably do better with it, honestly, if I were to do it again. I'm not super proud of this one, but it is what it is. All right. So we did that sketch. Man, we got a fat stack of paper. We did... Lion says, this is the best part of the stream, when Spencer says he's finished and then carries on detailing for 10 minutes. I guess so. We did our pickup truck here with black ink, tested some marker strokes, did an interior. Man, we did a lot of stuff today. Here's another interior sketch. Another one. We did hands holding things, because that's the theme this week. Hands holding things. Figured out some challenging perspectives. Bungled a bunch of stuff, which is totally part of the process. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning, right? Tried some different views, and of course, here's our gimpy warm-up ice cream sketch that we did as well. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out and being a part of the show. Much love and appreciation to you. It means a lot, especially now in these days as times are uncertain, that you're here supporting. If you're looking for other ways to support, we've got Patreon, we've got channel memberships. And what does that get you? Well, it gets you access to the high resolution scans of everything I do, or source files if they are digital. You can play them back. You can do whatever you want with them. That's yours. You get a sticker when you sign up. So if you haven't yet requested your sticker, let me know. That goes for you, Lions. Or I'll give you a PDF of my 500 sketches. That's also a thing. And then if you want to be an Ultimate fan, you can be. And I will mail you signed copies of my sketches with notes. Not even copies, like the real sketches from the stream. You get to pick one. I'll mail it to you. All that good stuff. So much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Love you all. I'll see you definitely tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, Friday. Probably not Saturday, but then Sunday for sure. All right. Take care. Blessings to all. Peace, love, happiness, all the good things in the world. And remember, passion is the process. That's how we do here on Sketch a Day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.